Hostel was one of my first horror movies. And maybe that wasn't the best idea considering how I was 10 and had just watched a really gory movie, but it got me into horror movies, and I really think that's cool that a movie such as this got me into the world of horror movies. Actually got me interested and got me into just watching all these movies. Well, it was made by Eli Roth, and he was originally going to make a documentary on this place in Thailand where you can go to it, pay 10 grand and shoot someone in the head. But after some persuasion from his friend and mentor Quentin Tarantino, he decided to make this a movie, and I think he did choose the better option as this movie is really good. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the film follows three backpackers. Paxton, played by Josh Hernandez, Josh, played by Derek Richardson, and Oli, played by Aethor Johnson. They embark on a hedonistic journey across Europe in search of adventure and excitement, aka sex and weed. And their quests lead them to Slovakia, where they encounter a fellow traveller who tells them about a legendary hostel with beautiful women just sat there to await their fanny packs. And yeah, Josh wears a fanny pack throughout all of this movie, and I love making fun of it. It's just hilarious. And yeah, well, Paxton, Josh, and Ellie, they're like, yes, let's go. So the next day, they're straight off to Slovakia. I mean, this movie is really, really good. It's just great. I love all the comedy in it. I mean, yeah, their quest leads them to Slovakia. They encounter a guy who tells them about the hostel. However, once they check it out, they find themselves trapped in a nightmare of sadistic torture and depravity, orchestrated by the wealthy clients who pay to fulfill their darkest desires. Which, yeah, I mean, sex can only go so far. And yeah, Hostel really is a relentless and just uncompromising descent into the depths of human depravity. It's a brutal examination of the darkest corners of the human psyche, and just how far someone can go for pleasure. Like, I just watched all the Hellraiser movies. I don't think they even go this far. And the director Eli Roth really makes a sense of dread and unease throughout the film. Like, during the first half, it's just really, really well done to kind of subvert your expectations and make you think you're watching this funny frat sex comedy. And then it turns halfway through and it turns into this full-fledged torture porn movie, and you're like, Jesus Christ, what have I just watched? This is awesome. If you're into gore, you will love this movie. I love it so much. It's so fun to just occasionally watch. And then always when it turns in the end, it's like, oh my god, I forgot how brutal this was. The second one's even worse. And the third one, well, I'll get to it at some point. But yeah, I mean, the director really is great at it. I mean, it's Eli Roth. What do you expect? He made Thanksgiving. He made Green Inferno. He made Cabin Fever. He even made A House with a Clock in its Walls, which I really didn't remember him making. But I remember watching that in the cinemas as a kid and being really scared of it. But, I was 7. And the performances in Hostel are really raw and visceral. Jay Hernandez delivers a standout performance as Paxton, the film's reluctant hero. And you really don't think he's the hero, as halfway through the movie, the person who you've been following for most of the movie dies. Then Paxton becomes the protagonist. It's really smart. And he brings a sense of vulnerability and desperation to the character. He makes him a compelling and sympathetic figure, even though you originally hate him for everything that he's done. I mean, even Derek Richardson, who's really effective as Josh, Paxton's more naive and idealistic friend, and he just sort of is really reluctant to do all of this. He's reluctant to buy a prostitute. He's reluctant to go and just go somewhere for sex. That's mainly because he's all mopey over his ex. But, if I just had a bad breakup, I'd probably be the same. And yeah, I mean, the main thing with Hostel is that it kind of forces you to confront your own issues. It kind of tells you, like, you just spent 30 minutes hating these guys. Now you're watching them get tortured brutally. Are you going to enjoy it? And if so, what does that say about you? Are you as bad as the people who pay to literally torture these guys? Because you've paid to watch this, which, I paid $4.99 for the DVD plus shipping, so like about £7. I paid about £7 to watch these guys die. Which, I mean, I do that on a daily because, I buy a load of horror movies that are all just down here in my DVD collection. And I mean, it's just really disgusting how these guys die. Like, Achilles tendon slit, decapitation, hands cut off with chainsaws. Jesus, bits and bobs are all over the place. And yeah, I mean, it is just really disgusting and really horrific to see how these guys die. But it's also really disgusting and horrific to see how they got here and all the things which they do to get there. All the things which they've done beforehand, which kind of makes you hate them. They're homophobic, they're racist, they're literally the like definition of like American stereotype. Oh, they're big dumb idiots who love being loud and they just go everywhere to get high and have sex. I mean, this movie is not only like a torture porn movie, it's also just commentary on how some people view Americans. I mean, I was told that they're all just stupid. I mean, I have met a lot of dumb Americans. A lot of my friends are dumb Americans. Shout out to all my dumb American friends. But, it's different because not everyone there is dumb. But this movie does kind of paint it as that. And it also just shows how, like, the fact that this movie is set in a country which not a lot of Americans have even heard of. Slovakia. Where even is that? Oh, that sounds so far away. I'll never even go there. Especially after watching this. Like, I mean, it's just really telling you, like, these guys, they're so stupid, they're so dumb, they're just so horrible, and they don't even think once about their actions in the movie. They're just like, yeah, let's go to Slovakia, let's have sex with these girls, then let's just leave. Like, literally, there's a line in the movie where Paxton says, look, Josh, what do you want to do? Leave or stay here for one more night? Bang these girls again? Look, when you're studying for the bar, this is the stuff you're going to be thinking of. Does that not tell you how horrible these guys are? Because that instantly tells me they're not good people. It tells me they're just not good, they're not good people. They kind of deserve it, but at the same time, what does that say? That this movie has made you feel that they deserve what happens to them. That's just great storytelling, and I really love how Eli Roth presents these characters as just horrible people, and then just sort of just throws you into all the torture and the blood and everything. I mean, it's really, really smart just how he just throws it all together. It's really, really good. I mean, even in the first half, before it actually gets to the torture, he is really, really good at just adding slight creepy and, like, horrific tone, just sense. Occasional bits in there, like when the man touches Josh on the leg, the smile he makes, when you see his tattoo for the first time, you know there's something wrong with him. And yeah, this movie's not for the faint of heart, but it does offer a gripping and unflinching exploration of the human depravity. It definitely leaves a lasting impression on you. I tried watching this with my friend the other day, and he did not want to watch it. It is not for the faint of heart. If you cannot take gore, do not watch the movie. And, I mean, it's relentless, it's raw, and it's really thought-provoking as well. Like, I could go on and on about this movie, but I don't want to waste you guys' time. But yeah, so, if you guys have even watched this movie, what did you think about it? Let me know in the comments below. If you haven't watched this movie, I kind of recommend it if you want to watch a weird sex comedy for half the movie, then turn it off when it gets to the torture stuff. That's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to turn it off halfway through and be like, okay, I won't review it, that's good enough, but no. I do this stuff for the channel, and I mean, it's still a good movie. I did enjoy it. I loved watching all the special effects and special features of how they did all of it. But yeah, that's Hostel. What do you guys think about it? Let me know in the comments below. If you haven't seen it, as I said, I don't really recommend it if you're kind of like flinchy and that, which a lot of people are. Until next time though, thank you for watching this video. Leave a like if you want to, subscribe if you want to. Until next time, bye bye.